Problem number 6 to 10. Study the following table carefully and answer the questions given below. So, number of different types of batteries sold by a company over the years. So, the number of sales are in thousands. So, types of batteries you have 4Ah, 7Ah, 32Ah, 35Ah and 55Ah. Okay, and the years 1992 to 1998. Now, you have to calculate. The total sales of all the 7 years are maximum for the which battery? So, you have to calculate maximum sales for which battery. Okay. So, is it for 4Ah, is it for 7Ah, is it for 32, 35, 55, you have to calculate. So, again you have to calculate the maximum one. Okay. So, if you add, see here 75, in this 75 you consider only 70. 90 it's okay, 96 you consider only 90, 105 you consider only 100. Okay, so 70 plus 90, so 70 plus 90 160, 160 plus 90 250, 250 plus 100 350, 350 plus 90 440, 440 plus 100, 440 plus 100 540, 540 plus 100, 540 plus 100 640. Okay, so 4Ah it's 640 plus again 5 plus 6 11, 11 plus 5 16, 16 plus 5 21, 21 plus 15 36. So, altogether 676. Next 7Ah, 7Ah battery you have to calculate. Again in 144 you consider 100, 126 you consider 100, 114 you consider 100. Okay. So, 100, 200, 300, 390. Next 70 calculate, 390 plus 70 4, 390, 400, 460, 460 plus 60 520, 520 plus 80, 520 plus 80 600 plus. Next in this 44 you consider only 40. Next in this 26 you consider only 20, 114 you consider only 10. Okay, so 40 plus 20 60, 60 plus 10 70. See here already here itself we got 70. Okay, so next we have to calculate maximum, so you have to add. Next the remaining values 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 4 14, 14 plus 5 19, 19 plus 5 24. So, altogether 694. Next 7Ah, 32Ah is the next one, 32Ah. So, how you calculate 32Ah? See here in 114 you consider only 100, 102 you consider only 100. So, 100 plus 100 200, next 200 plus 100 300, 400, 500, 600, 600. Okay, 600 plus 70 670 plus. Next in this 114 you consider 14, otherwise you consider only 10. Okay, 10. Next 50, 60, 60 plus 30 90, 90 plus 60 150, 150 plus 60 210, 210 plus again see here 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 5 11, 11 plus 10 21. So, how much you got? This is 32Ah. So, how much you got? 210 plus 21 231. So, 600 plus 670 plus 231. So, which is equal to how much? 1 7 plus 3 10, 1 carry 6 plus 2 8 plus 1 9. So, 901. For 35Ah you calculate. For 35Ah, see here how much you are going to get. See 102 you consider only 100, in 84 you consider only 80, next 105 you consider only 100. So, 100, 200, 300, next 380, next 470, 470 plus 70, 540, 540 plus 40, 580. So, you got 580. And see here the maximum is 901, the maximum is 901. So, almost you want almost 400 you want to calculate now, 400 or 320, you want almost 320. So if you add the remaining values, will you get 320? Obviously no, you won't get 320, therefore this cannot be the answer. So no need to calculate further, we got the highest maximum 901, so here we got 580. So even though if you add the remaining minor values, okay, like the 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, you won't get the remaining 320. So this cannot be the answer. Like that you calculate for 55 AH, 55 AH. Okay, for 55 AH again, so 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 we got, 500 we got, plus, see here, 26, 35. See here, in this 26 you consider only 20, in this 35 you consider only 30. So 20 plus 30, 50, 50 plus 70. Okay, so 50 plus 70, how much you are going to get? 70 plus 50, 120, 120 plus 90, 210. 210. So how much you got? 710. So even though if you calculate the remaining values, and you add, you won't get the value which is more than 901, because 500 plus 210, 710. So 810, almost 190 you should get. So if you add the remaining values, do you get 190? No, you won't get 190. Therefore the maximum value is 901. 901 belongs to 32 AH. So 32 AH is the right answer. Very simple. Okay, once you got the maximum value, based on that you can start to compare. Okay, here 35 AH and 55 AH I have not added completely. Based on the observation and comparison itself, I have decided the 901 is the highest answer, which belongs to 32 AH. So option C is the right answer. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Problem number 7. See here, what is the difference between the number of 35 AH batteries sold in 1993 and 1997? So they are speaking only the 35 AH battery. 1993 it was 84, 1997 it was 45. So they are asking us to calculate the difference. So very simple, 84 minus 45. So you got 9. See here, no need to calculate further. Based on the 9 itself you can decide, because you don't have none of these options. So 9 is the unit digit other than 0. So other than 0, 9 is the unit digit, means option D should be your answer. Okay, so if you want to calculate completely, let's see here. So 14 minus 5, 9, 7 minus 4, 3. 39. So based on the unit digit itself you can identify, because no other options have the unit digit 9. You exclude 0. Okay, you take only the natural numbers. So 39 we got into 1000, 39,000. So for problem number 7, option D is the right answer. Based on the unit digit, easily you can identify which is the answer. Here the unit digit is 9. Okay, so problem number 7, option D is the right answer. Okay, let's go to the next problem. The percentage of 4AH batteries sold to the total number of batteries sold was maximum in the year. So in the which year you will get the maximum for 4AH battery? So in the which year the 4AH batteries sold to the maximum number of batteries sold is maximum, you have to calculate. See the options, they have not mentioned the none of these. Means for only these 5 years if you calculate, it is enough. No need to calculate for all the years, because you don't have none of these options. If you have none of these, then definitely you have to calculate for all the years. You don't have none of these options, so directly you go for 1994. See here, in 1994 the 4AH battery is 96, 714, 75, 105, 135. Okay, so in 114 you take only 100, in 105 100, 135 100. So altogether you got 300 plus the remaining values you take. In 96 you consider only 90, in 14 you consider only 10. So 90 plus 10, 100, 100 plus 70, 170, 170 plus 30, 200, plus next 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, 15 plus 5, 20, 20 plus 5, 25. So which is equal to 525. So in the year 1994, you got 96, that is 4Ah battery with respect to the total, that is 525. Okay, so this is 94. Next, like that you take 95. So 95, again see here 105 you take only 100, 100, 200. So 200 you got plus. Next see here 90, 90, 180, 180 plus 50, 220, 220 plus 70, 290 plus 5, 5, 10. So 300 plus 200 you got 500. So 105 divided by 500. 105 divided by 500. See, no need to calculate the percentages. It is very, very important. No need to calculate the percentages. Based on the fraction comparison itself, we can identify. Okay. So next 1996. Again, see here. You have only 135. You take 100 here. 100 plus next 90 plus 70. So 90 plus 70, 160. So 160 plus 30. 190, 190 plus 70, 260, 260 plus 90, 350, 350 plus, see here next 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. So which is equal to 100 plus 350, 450, 450 plus 15, 555, 555. So 100, 350, 450, 450 plus 100, 100 plus 350, 450, 450 plus 15, it is 455. It is not 555, it is 455. So next, go for 1997. See here, in the 1996, if you take in the 1996, it is 90, 4Ah battery is 90, 90 divided by 455, 455. So next 97, you consider 97, so 105 you consider only 100, here you take 100, here you take 100. So 100, 100, 100, it is 300 plus 60, 60, 120, 120 plus 40, 160 plus 20, 180 plus, see here next 5, 5, 10 plus 5, 15. So 300 plus 180, 480, 495. 495 you got. So 1997, so 105 divided by 495, 495, 105 divided by 495. Next 1998 last, 115 you consider only 100, 200, 300, 400, 400 plus you consider only the remaining values. Okay, so 10 plus 80, 90 plus 60, 150, 150 plus 40, 190 plus next 5 plus 5, 10 plus 5, 15. So 400 plus 190, 590, 600, 605. So 1998, 115 divided by 605. 115 divided by 605. So among these fractions, which is the highest one you have to calculate, because the maximum value you have to calculate. So among these 5 fractions, you have to calculate which is the bigger one. Okay, see here, you observe properly, the numerator is 105, the numerator is 105, the numerators are same, but the denominator, here it is 500, here it is 495. So among the two, which is the lower one? 495 is the lower one. Therefore 1997, that is 105 by 495 is greater than 105 by 500. Why? These things already we have discussed in the concept called fractions. Okay, so why? So 105 divided by 495 is the greater one, so this cannot be the answer. Okay, so next see here, again 96 by 525, 90 by 455, 105 by 495, 115 by 605. So among these 4, which is the highest one you have to calculate. So which is the highest one you have to calculate. See here, 96, here 105, 525, 495. So the denominators are decreased when you compare these two. when you compare these two, the denominator is increased, okay. So the denominator is decreased and the numerator is increased, which means the resultant value is more than the first value. So 96 by 525 is less than 105 by 495 because the numerator is increased and the denominator is decreased, therefore this cannot be the answer. Okay, so if you compare 94 and 97, 94 is excluded. So now among these three you have to calculate. See here again, 90, 105, numerator is also increased. 455, 495, again numerator is increased. Next 90, 115, numerator is increased. 455, 605, denominator is also increased. So this concept we cannot apply here. If you see here, 105, 115, 495, 605. If you compare, see what is the difference between these two? Only 10. If you take 10% for 105, if you take 10% for 105, you are going to get 10.5. So 105, 115, if you observe these two, so 10% is increased, the numerator is increased by 10%. But if you observe the difference between these two, almost 100 is the difference, So if you take 10% for 495, so you are going to get 49.5, but you should get 100, means more than 10%. Means what? The denominator increasing rate is more than the numerator increasing rate, so the resultant fraction will be less. So this cannot be the answer. So now we have only two values, okay, those two values are 90 by 455 and 105 by 495. So again you take, how much it is increased? 15 it is increased. So 10% of 90 is 9, but 15 is increased, means more than 10% it is increased. Here what is the difference? 40 is the difference. So 10% of 455, if you take 45.5, means less than 10% it is increased, but it is more than 10%, So numerator increasing rate is much more than the denominator increasing rate. Therefore 105 by 495 is the answer, which belongs to 1997. So option D is the right answer. See, you may feel that it takes too much time. Okay, only to explain it took time, but you are bit fast in addition. Within a minute you can add all the values, and only the thing is you have to compare the fractions. Okay, nowhere you have multiplied by 100, only is you have compared. Okay, only for the last three you have calculated how much percent it is increased, how much percent it is decreased. Okay, no need to calculate the actual percentage increase. On an average 10% is increased, it is increased less than 10%. So based on these two observations, definitely you can identify easily. So here option D is the answer. Okay, to explain it took too much time, but to solve it doesn't going to take that much time. Within a minute or 1.5 minutes easily you can solve. Okay, but during the time of the exam you give less priority for these type of problems because your target is 40 seconds per question. Okay, so you give less priority for these type of problems. Okay, fine. So let's go to the next problem. Problem number 9. In case of which battery there was a continuous decrease in the sale from 1992 to 1997. So if you consider from 1992 to 1997, okay, so 1998 you should not consider 1998. Okay, from 1992 to 1997 you have to consider, okay, continuous decrease of which battery? 4AH, in the second year itself it is increased, so we cannot take this one as the answer because we want continuous decrease. Okay, here 144 to 126 it is decreased, 114 again decreased, 90 decreased, 75 decreased, 60 decreased. So till 1997 continuous decrease is for 7AH, therefore 7AH is the answer. Option B is the right answer. Very simple, based on the observation itself you can answer the question. See here in your exam, okay, these type of questions definitely they are going to ask. Okay, among the 5 questions, the 2 questions will be very difficult to solve. Even though if you skip those 2 questions, the other 3 questions will be very easy like this. Okay, so based on the observation, easily you can answer. Max to max you may take 10 seconds to solve these type of questions. Okay, so definitely you can attend the data interpretation problems and you can get very good marks in your bank exam. Only thing is you have to prioritize which problem you have to attend and which problem you have to give least important. Okay, so based on that you have to attend. Fine, let's go to the next problem, problem number 10. What was the approximate percentage increase in the sales of 55 Ah batteries in 1998 compared to that in 1992? So, approximately how much percent it is increased the sales of 55 in 1998 compared to 1992. So, they are comparing with 1992 data, okay, of 55 Ah. So, 1992 the data is 108. So, 1998 is 105. Approximately how much percentage it is increased. So, with respect to 1992 I have to calculate. So, 1992 data that is 108. Okay, in the numerator 145 minus 108. 145 minus 108. 145 minus 108 you have to calculate. So, divided by 108. 108 is the denominator. So, 145 minus 108, how much you are going to get? You are going to get 37. So, how much percentage it is going to form? So, see the options, all are 31, 33, 34, 37 except 28. Okay, so you calculate 30% first. Okay, based on that we shall decide which is the answer. Okay, so 30% if you calculate, 30% means 10% into 3. So, which is equal to 10.8 into 3. So, 8 3s are 24, 2 carry over, 10 3s are 30 plus 2 32. So, you got 32.4, but how much we should get? 37, means more than 30%, more than 30%. So, more than 30%, which are the options you have? 31, 33, 34, 37. So, 31% means 1% you have to add, 1% means 108. If you add 108 to 32.4, do you get 37? Definitely no. Next, 33% means into 3 you have to do. Into 3 means how much you are going to get? 24, 3.24. So, if you add 3.24 to the 32.4, do you get 37? Definitely no, because 32 plus 3, 35, still you want 2 to calculate. So, another percent you add, another percent means 1.08 you add. So, how much you are going to get? 8 plus 4, 12, 1 carry over, next 4.32 you are going to get. Yes, we may get the answer or we may get the nearest answer. So, if you add 4.32 here, 4.32 here, so how much you are going to get? 36.72. How much you are going to get? 36.72, but how much we want? 37. Very near to the accurate value. Okay, so first we did 30%, this is 30%, and next we calculated 3%. For that we added 1%, so altogether we calculated 4%. So, 36.72 means 34% is the right answer. 34% is the right answer.